Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast. You are watching Digging Life. My name's Todd, and this is
Emma.
Today, Emma's going to be working her first fairly steep grade running this Cat 309 excavator with a brush mower. I'm going to be riding with her for the first little while, and then she's going to do a little bit of solo work. First thing I'm going to do, though, I'm going to teach her and y'all a quick little thing I do when it's been really hot, really dry, and really dusty like it has been to help the machine run more efficiently, but also save some fuel. First thing we're going to need to do is pull out a few items. Little generator, fan. The more high flow of a fan you can get, the better. What we're going to do is we're going to set up an air filter clean out station. Backpack blower. You can use a backpack blower for this. I tend to use that and a compressor with a good blow nozzle. At least a little bit of a bend helps, like that. They do make these that are bent in a 90 even better. We're going to wait to see if we even need that. And a good piece of cardboard. The dustier it is and the drier, the more often you can do this. Open everything up. This on this machine, this is the air filter housing. Every machine is a little bit different. All right, now you just wiggle this and pull him out. Doesn't really look that dirty, does it? Now what we'll do is set this on our cardboard here. We're also going to check our inner filter. It's super clean. So the primary is doing its job. And I'm just going to set this back on here because any dust getting kicked up in the air is not good. All right, I'm going to move this over here because we don't want any of this getting blown into our compartment there. This part isn't really that necessary. I just don't like to get covered up in dust. And when you do this, a lot of times, it'll cloud the whole area up. Well, let's go. Now, bear in mind, this thing sucks air in and it's not filtered. So when you first start it up, it could suck dust up into the system. So blow it out really good before you blow into your air filter. It wasn't too bad clogged at all. Now, just to make sure, I'll charge this up since I only have one plug. Then I'll unplug this, plug my fan back in, and we'll blow it out. Decided to go ahead and pull the air conditioning filter out, and somehow I have no idea how this got in there. And y'all can just kind of do, you know, your machine as you see fit. These are not that expensive of a filter, but look how clean that side is. And then we got that. So we'll take it over here. So I'm only running about 50, 60 PSI. Let's turn around this way. And you don't want to get right up on the filter. That's how you damage it. That'll work a lot better. We got the compressor charged up. Ideally, I would be able to run both these at the same time, but I can't because I'm poor. One of these days I'll be able to afford nice things. Let's see, I need my towel. Now the wind's blowing back this way, so we'll modify our position. I'm not going to get right up on the filter. What I am going to do is try to shield as best I can any dust going back into the filter. I blew out the skid steer the other day for the first time in like 300 hours. It was pretty awesome. So this filter's actually really clean. And I'm just running up and down each one of those screws. So that's good. Uh-oh, come back. Now we'll put this filter back in right here. Nice and tight. I'm gonna blow this out. Like I say, all these are different. It was showing about halfway clogged, so I'm not surprised we didn't get a lot of dust out of it. But I also don't like dust all over my engine compartment. And you can see how some of these fins are clogged. Yeah, Emma. I'm gonna give those a quick doing. You started it up, get our air conditioning going. We've got about 3 hours before the whole machine needs to be greased. That gives us plenty of time to get a good start. All right, Emma, go into continuous flow. Okay. Once you get the machine in position. All right, continuous flow. Now do your thumb switch up. Good. All right. Me and Emma are going to do a lot of practicing here and get her to where she's got a rhythm going. Come out of stick steer mode. And once we get her flowing, I'll get the drone up in the air and let you guys watch her work. Emma is doing an absolutely fantastic job. She's smooth, she's taking her time, letting it cut really well. But due to how steep this is for me to be able to ride with her and give her the confidence to get through it, what I'm going to do is mow along that fence over there so she doesn't have to worry about that obstacle. And I'm also going to go out through there sideways, more or less, and mow us a path that me and her can just back up and down to, and that way we can lean back in the seat together and it's a lot more comfortable. And to mow facing downhill with two of us in here is not really an option. Like I say, she's doing awesome, absolutely awesome. Now there's a spring right in here, and there's going to be turtles and probably some snakes. I've been instructed by the property owner that they don't want any snakes to survive this job. So now I'm not risking getting an infection by trying to catch the things. So you know what that means. Dispatch City. This spring always makes a little bit of an obstacle. Nothing too bad. express filming this year. Just hit the highlights. This is going to get so steep that I can't just mow right in front of me like we do going uphill. So what you're going to see me do is a pendulum kind of a mowing. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to be facing straight downhill. It saves on my swing brake too. And then once I get some speed up, I'll go all the way up to the top, track forward, 2-3 feet, and I'll take another cut. Once you get comfortable doing this, if I was doing this job by myself, more than likely I'd do this whole field this way, because you can see how big of a cut that I'm getting. This is highly efficient, but I can't keep him in the seat with me. I could order like a giant back brace type thing and strap her to me in the seat, but if we rolled over, my weight pressing against her and the belts would probably hurt her. So we've got to do this in a way that's safe, in a way that she's comfortable. Right now she says she's having a great time, which means a lot to me that she's enjoying it. So we're just going to keep on doing it that way. I am very pleased with how the machine is handling this slope, which I've done this before. I just measured it a minute ago. This out through here is about a 19-20 degree consistent smooth slope. Now, in order to be able to do this without tipping over, I've got my stick pointed straight into the hillside, so I'm able to do a little bit of reaching, but you get out about that far. See, I'm starting to kind of, see if I can get it to, see how I'm kind of teetering now. So that is the extent of what I can do here. You see that barn out through there? Let me lift the, so you can compare the slope of the bottom of the mower there with that barn. So it's not bad. It's like, not bad at all. I'm pretty used to it. And what I'm gonna have to do now is slowly work my way up and down this hill. Out through here it gets steeper. What I'll do is, as me and Emma mow going uphill, when we back down to scoot over, I'll have the blade to the back, we'll level the machine up as much as possible, and then I'll just quickly mow what little bit of this downhill side I've got to do. I'm gonna go on out through here. I'll take measurement. When I get to the steepest part, I'll take a measurement and actually let you guys see just how steep this gets. I've just reached the maximum pitch angle that this guy can traverse. Let me show you. I mean, it's probably not the maximum, but for tracking, I'm actually as I track, I'm actually starting to slide. So let's see. Angle is here. We are at currently 27 degrees roughly. Yeah, 27, 28 degrees. So right now some folks may think that we're in a bit of a pickle because it's not got enough power to swing to the right. What I'm going to do to try to help myself is I swing to the right, I'm going to use the boom swing to the left and it'll kind of snap around. So go ahead and do this. Alright, now lift your boom all the way up, and that'll give you just enough go to help you get along. So now I'm going to go back out through there and get ready for Emma to come back in. I'm doing really good. I've gotten to this far side of the property. I've gotten a good bit of that mowed. Emma's been on lunch about 30 minutes now. I figure about an hour it'd take me to get this to where she'll be able to operate without me in here. But I mean, I'm going to ride in here because I'm enjoying watching her. Plus, you talk about getting rocks like a baby. At one point, she was going up the hill mowing, and I laid back, shut my eyes. Man, you talk about nice. I just want to comment real quickly on, I've been getting comments on people saying, you know, that they think I'm a great dad because I'm getting out here and teaching Emma how to do this stuff and how she listens so well and that she takes direction. And I'm going to give credit to my father. I had the best example in a father that a boy could ask for. And he was always good to me. Never once in my life did I question whether he loved me or not, or if he did something, you know, is it because he just hates me or doesn't like me? Never once do I remember ever having that conscious thought. Now, that being said, my dad, as I remember, did not put up with a whole lot of foolishness. Oh, there's Emmy. Hold on a second. Hey, baby. Alright, you ready to get back in? Alright, get your gloves and go ahead and get the fuel nozzle unhooked and brought around to the side of the truck that you're standing on.
Wait, so you need gas?
Diesel. Yeah, we're gonna need to fill up. I'm getting pretty low. And then once you do that, you can just hang out in the truck. I'm gonna get this corner ready for you. It won't take me but a few more minutes though, so if you want to just crank the truck up and stay cool, I'll come and get you in just a minute. Alright, love you. Okay, so as I was saying, Dad, as I recall, now he'll probably, I mean, I'm probably wrong, but I don't remember very many times, especially when Dad would take a serious tone of let's go or do this. You know, there wasn't a whole lot of will you, do you mind? He would tell you what to do and you better do it. Of course, my mother, same way, but being with Dad and going to work with him and stuff, I just don't recall having a whole lot of option. And certainly, I don't remember consciously thinking, I'm just going to do what I want to do, and thinking it was a good idea. And therefore, I've raised my kids pretty tough. Now, when they're little, and you can't really have a conversation with them, my philosophy is you tell them one time, clearly, and in a fairly loud, directive kind of a tone. And if they don't do it, and they just look at you, then you've got to be their leader. You go and you move them or show them with their own hands what to do. You got to be a leader of your children, not a suggester. Now, when they get old enough and they can start conversing back and forth with you, that's when it's time you tell them, pick that up, go put it in the trash or whatever. And if they just straight up defy you, whip their butt. Yes, baby.
I may need some help.
Nozzle?
Yeah, I need some.
That's fine. You can just go ahead and just jump in the truck. I know it's tough to get to.
Okay.
Yeah, just go ahead and sit in the air conditioning, and then we'll do it together. I said we'll do it together.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I am a firm believer in spankings. I wore a bunch of them from my dad. But the way I see it and the way I explain it to my kids is I don't want to spank them. But it's they're the ones making the choice to be defiant or not listen. So they're the ones choosing to get a spanking. There's nothing more infuriating than trying to enjoy a meal at a restaurant and the kids acting up, and mama and daddy keep asking them to behave, asking them 2 and 3 times to please do what they want. No, I'm not doing that. And if people want to be like, well, you run your house like a prison, well, so be it. But my kids, for my sanity and their safety, I'm going to be tough on them. But you don't ever hardly see me having to be tough on Emma anymore. I only had to spank her a couple of times. Now, when I did it, it wasn't no little tap. I let her have it because I didn't want to have to keep doing it. I didn't want to have to, hurt her just a little bit a whole bunch of times. I wanted to be something that had meaning to it, and frankly, her be afraid to get a spanking. And now that she's up 10 years old, very rarely do I have to tell her something twice unless she just didn't hear me or she forgot. Now, there's even been times that she forgets that I've had to help her remember, as I call it. And, I've had to punish her and then go shed my tears in private because it hurt me to have to do it. But now that she's up 10 years old, I can hand her responsibility and direction, and she pays attention, and she's able to come out here and have a good time with me, and I'm having the time of my life with her. This has been some of the best days ever. So that's the best way I can describe that. And I won't take anybody's kids into my care. I won't watch somebody else's kids unless I can discipline them and treat them just like mine. So that to say, I won't take many kids under my supervision, especially if they weren't raised strictly. If I know that their parents have to tell them 2 times to do something before they take them serious, I won't watch them. You can forget it. I'm not going to do it. I'm extremely proud of Emma and the person she's growing up to be. And it's like I've told her, and it hasn't been that long that I told her, I'm like, you're just too mature and really too old at this point to get spankings. There are repercussions for everything you do in life. So you guys that say, in the comments, you wish you could bring your kids out here. And, I had one that was worried about, I had one comment where a viewer said they were concerned about Emma being out here around this stuff. If you were around her in person and me very much and saw how well she minded and listened, you wouldn't be worried. No more than I am. And she knows that I've raised her to realize if you listen to me, you'll be fine. If you don't listen to me, bad things happen. Simple as that. Of course, I reward Emma too. She is rewarded, well, with this job. She's going to draw a paycheck, or she does. I've told her, I'm like, I don't care who it is, family or whatever. If it's work, don't do nothing for nobody without getting paid. That's just how this world has to work now. Now, working around the house and chores and stuff, that's different, yeah. But like coming out here and doing work, if I'm out here getting paid, she needs to be. I ain't using my kids. Plus, my kids are going to learn self-worth. If you do something and you bring somebody else an income, then they better compensate you. Otherwise, it's just horsing. Let Emma fuel this thing up, then we'll be ready to get going again. Let's see here. Did you have a good lunch? Good. Yeah, leave it running. We'll need the power. Grab your gloves and I'll help you get nozzled up. Let's get some go water in that thing. Ready? Here, put these on. Put these on so it don't splash in your eyes. Ah, it ain't full.
What?
It ain't full. It clicked off, didn't it? Now I'll try it. Sometimes air in the line will cause it to click off.
But it is still on.
Well, squeeze it. You gotta squeeze it, let it go down, then lift it back up. Now it's pumping. Atta girl. Oh, there he is. Turtle number 1. Emma's off and running on her own. I'm gonna go down here, sit in the truck, and maybe fly the drone around a little bit.